Good morning, friends. Welcome back. As we study this very thoroughly now using AI research, the this investment is coming together very thoroughly. I mean, you can see it coming together like clockwork. Adding AI research has been tremendous for us. Here's kind of the overview I'd like to discuss with you. So you guys saw this recently throughout the last week. This is an article from 2021, and it says the government is preparing to prepare the 22 budget and a supplementary one. So they're talking about doing the operating budget. So again, the government's operating expenses and a separate supplementary budget. The 22 budget back then would have covered the government's operating expenses, and a supplementary budget would have covered reforms, a 5-year development plan, and so forth, those items. Okay? So just wanted you to see that in this article they're talking about doing two separate budgets in a way, the 22 budget and a supplementary one for reforms, infrastructure, development plans, those items. Okay? Now, here's what I want you to look at as you're in, again, that article is from 2021. As you're in the present, and specifically around the middle of the year. That's what I want you to focus on. What is happening in Iraq right now during the year of 24 and the middle of it? Okay? Are they preparing to bring forward a 5-year development plan? Are they reforming their banking system tremendously? Are they putting a huge emphasis on digitization, going digital with everything from banking to healthcare? Like, for example, this right here, they've been putting a big emphasis on QR codes with their healthcare industry. So my point is, when you look at everything, and you guys already know because you're highly smart, trained Iraq dinar currency investors, you know the middle of their year starts on their 7th month of October 1st. You know that. And when you look at everything happening around that period, and the fact that Iraq's 2024 budget kind of remains incomplete. It's like they did the first half of it, they approved the budget, but they didn't add the supplementary part of it. And that's why it remains incomplete. Okay? Again, they're going to just do exactly what they did during the year of 22, or what they told you they were going to do in 22. They had full plans to do both an operating budget and a supplementary one. Okay? Now, when you look at this, right here, this is some custom AI research I did for you guys. The question I asked, I said, according to the internet, will Iraq implement a 2024 budget in October of 24 to fund the reforms? Or the AI said yes. Iraq is planning to implement a supplementary budget starting October 1st, 2024 to fund the reforms, the 5-year development plan. The Iraqi government has already approved the federal budget for 24. There you go. It says they already have the 24 budget, but they simply need the supplementary one in addition to it. That's the reason why the budget today remains incomplete, waiting to finish being amended and have a final approval after the step of amending it. There you guys go. That's all that's going on here. The supplementary budget, actually, let me finish that other paragraph. The government already has an approved budget that saw an increase of 228 trillion dinar. The budget includes provisions to support Iraq's National Development Plan from 24 to 28 and other key reforms aimed at economic growth and stability. The supplementary budget is expected to play a crucial role in financing large-scale projects, including infrastructure, development, social services, improvement, which are essential components of the 5-year plan. The government is also focused on managing the budget deficit and ensuring the financial stability as part of the broader reform agenda, the UNDP. Those were some of the sources that the AI got its data from. Okay, so anyway, I just want to show you guys that's all that we're waiting on right now. The actual budget for operating expenses is done. Okay, It will need to be amended though, because it doesn't have the supplementary portion of it to fund the 5-year development plan and reforms and so forth. That's all that's happening here, guys. And you can see it as clear as day according to what they were considering doing for the year of 22. Again, they were considering going international and adjusting and increasing their currency rate back in the year of 22. That's why they were planning both an operating budget and a supplementary budget. But now they're doing those steps this year in 24. That's why the operating budget is already approved and complete, and they're going to be adding additional funds to it. That's why the budget remains incomplete, still needing to be amended. They have to amend it to add the additional supplementary funds to it and increase and change the budget's expenditures. That's all that we're waiting on. Okay. And again, this is an article talking about how Iraq is expanding their digitization using QR codes. Here's an article that came out talking about world trade information, and it's kind of generic. It's not super specific, but I did some additional AI research on that. And one of the major things that Iraq needs to really move forward towards membership is they need their MFTR completed, the Memorandum of Foreign Trade Regime completed. This additional AI research right here tells you that this step was actually completed. It says here the completion of all these requirements was confirmed in March of 2024. So, and Iraq's next meeting is roughly November 6th through the 8th. So they will be ready to start that 30-day period. Would probably start around that time during that November meeting, because they would have all steps complete. That's when they would be eligible. So their 30 days towards membership would start right around early November, and they'd probably be a full member probably by the end of December of this year. And here's another interesting article for you guys. Right here, sometime in September, give the MP the freedom to choose. Al-Fatah Alliance sets a date for deciding. So it says the Al-Fatah Alliance is setting a date after their Arabian visit holiday, which ends somewhere around August 26th of 2024, according to the summary at the bottom. So what did I tell you guys about the Speaker of Parliament or President of Parliament? What's it waiting for? The rate to change. So right here, they're pretty much telling you that putting in the Speaker of Parliament will take place sometime after the Arabian fall visit, which ends around the end of August, according to this, which pretty much says they're going to be voting on that position sometime most likely in September, which again would probably be after the rate changes. Okay. You guys are seeing this come together like clockwork right now since we introduced AI studies and AI review and research in. Here's an article talking about with a budget of 50 billion dinars annually, a new reconstruction plan is witnessed in Nineveh. See, this is what I was trying to tell you at the beginning of the video. Pay attention to the timing at which they're doing these critical steps, and are these critical steps dependent on funding from a supplementary budget? And look at when the timing of these infrastructure related events are coming into the picture. Right here around the middle of the year, they're talking about a brand new reconstruction plan in the province of Nineveh. Okay. When they're about to have a supplementary budget around the middle of the year. Can't make this stuff up, guys. The accounting department works, here's more of that QR digitization. The Prime Minister directs a service team. Right here, they're talking about a gazillion new schools. That you guys saw some of this yesterday. They're talking about building a whole ton of new schools. Again, infrastructure around the middle of the year and a supplementary budget as well around the middle of the year. See the timing of all this coming together? Here's some AI research and review we did. This has to do with electronic documents, and there's a summary on that. This article is, again, it's about these schools and the construction, and did some AI review on this for you. And again, notice how these infrastructure improvements part of the 5-year development plan, all that, are coming forward now starting around the middle of the year, and that's when their supplementary budget is coming into play. That's what Iraq is waiting for to complete the 2024 budget, is the supplementary half and portion of it. Fahd Hussein talks about Iraq's steps to create a carbon reservoir and the virtual India summit. Okay, that article is posted for you if you'd like to check it out. I think I even did some AI on that. Yeah, there's some AI information. See this article, it says these steps combined with Iraq's commitment to addressing challenges such as climate change and energy security can create a more stable economic environment that supports the possibility of an increase in the value of Iraq's national currency. There you go. It's showing you how these steps are a contributing factor towards increasing Iraq's national currency. To reduce its dependence on the dollar, India seeks to settle payments using other currencies, rupees and UAE dirhams. Member of the Parliamentary Legal Committee denies increasing salaries. So these were just two of their government BS articles. We don't care about these two articles right here where they're talking about either they did or did not or are considering to increase members of parliament's salaries and so forth. We don't care about that. And then you guys saw what Damon had put together for you guys through his own AI research, and that's posted right here for you guys. He was basically asking the AIs like, hey, is based on Iraq's actions, could they be farther along than what they're telling us, and do any of their overall steps and actions contribute towards possibly increasing the value of their currency? And it says here's the answer it gave. It says number one, economic stability, continued control over inflation, effective public spending, political security environment, that's critical stability that would support economic reforms, effective implementation, the ability of Iraq's government to execute the reforms as planned, including infrastructural investments, banking modernization is crucial, international support, that's from foreign countries, ongoing international cooperation, particularly with the U.S., and through the World Trade Accession can provide needed backing reform success. And then the AI said the likelihood of a currency revaluation. It is possible that as Iraq is further along in its plans to raise the value of the dinar than publicly disclosed. Economic revaluation can be sensitive and a strategic process, often kept confidential to avoid speculation and instability. If the government has completed or is nearing completion of key economic and banking reforms, and they are, you guys are witnessing this right in front of you, a controlled and gradual revaluation might be implemented to enhance purchasing power as promised by Prime Minister al-Sudani. However, such developments are typically kept under wraps until the final stages to manage market reactions and ensure smooth transition. That was very thorough research done by Damon. And Damon, thanks for sharing that with us. So as you guys see, what was described in this AI review research is exactly what's happening right before us right now. On top of Iraq's misleading news that we see and have seen throughout this entire year, they talk to us from both sides of their mouths as if the news is scripted, such as like from a soap opera. You guys are the best. Thank you for everything that you do for me, and have a great weekend. Take care.